Now we're going to tune this bad boy up. I love everyone who's watching this video right now, but not enough to buy new heads for my snare. So these are going to be existing heads. I left the snares on because I want to go over how to take them off. Luckily for this drum, it has the drum key friendly apparatus here. For your snare drum, you might have like little plastic pieces to hold the snares on. Just to go over what I'm going to be using for tools, I have a marching drum key and a drum key made by Cherry Hill Drums. You should definitely follow them. They're awesome. And then I've already taken the top head off, okay, and I've left the tension rods and the washers conveniently there so I don't lose anything, okay. And then I also have a secret weapon, which is going to be our organic virgin coconut oil. And this is actually going to serve as some lube for us, which is going to be nice because the tension rods are a bit dry. Let's go ahead and start by taking these snares off. And all we're going to do is loosen these two until this comes off, okay? And I try to remember, like, if you look at the little indentations, that's where the snares are going to be when I refasten them. And then the snares are just going to be centered. You might have a different screw for this. All good though. Either way, you might need a Phillips head screwdriver. When you go to put it back on, if you're ever like unsure, if you look, there's soldering on the snares right here, okay? And that's going to actually touch the head. So I'm going to set that aside for a second. And then taking this head off, because I'm going to go over a couple things real quick. Now we're at the point where, as you can see, the head is completely loose. I like to take my fingers on the tension rods and just go counterclockwise on both. And then we're gonna lube them up. Okay, that took forever, but we have all the tension rods loosened. And I'm telling you, when these tension rods don't have any lubricant on them, it takes forever to get them off, okay? So this is, take it from me, take care of your drum. So we're going to set this rim aside, and just keep in mind there's openings on each side of the rim for where the snares go. And I think everybody's put on the rim and tuned it and then realized that, oh shit, my snares, the openings on the hoop aren't right. And as you can see, some of the dust and things like that have fallen out. So that's really what, as you can see here, all this stuff was on the inside of the drum. Dirt, grime, caked on stuff. So what I like to do is just give it a nice dusting. I like to do the bottom head first, so we're going to flip it back. We're actually going to put this head right back on, so we'll just make the logos line up. We're going to put this rim back on, all right, and make sure that we line it up correctly. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the rim on, and then I'm going to take my coconut oil, okay, and less is more for this, and I'm going to start giving a little bit of this coconut oil to each tension rod, all right? And I'm just going to start just kind of dabbing it on. Finger tighten all the tension rods, okay? And if you find that you didn't put enough oil on there, which is highly unlikely, feel free just to take a little bit in between your fingers and just kind of add it. I'm going to tighten until the top of the tension rod is just touching the rim, okay? And you'll notice that the head is still very, very loose, and it should be very, very loose. If you start to get more tension on the head, you actually want to slow down and kind of go the other way. We're going to start here and we're going to go in a star pattern, okay? And all I'm going to do is give it like a very small turn. And I'm going to start by giving it 3 turns for each tension rod. And if you want to tune now, you can tune. Please refer to my other video on tuning your rack tom. It's the exact same concept. With the batter head not on, you can actually hear the pitches very well. So we're just going to tune around. Now the next step is to put the snares back on. You want to make sure this is loosened at least a little bit, because what's going to happen is you're going to tighten these snares and then they're going to get off center, alright? So you want to start by having the snares in like your off position, okay? Line it up, but have this loose, okay? If you don't have it loose and you have it tight, when you go to actually tighten the snares in a moment, when everything's done, it's actually not going to be tight enough. That is the bottom head, all right? So now we have our finished snare.